The Pharaoh is here. And the Pharaoh just wants to sit down and play a little bit of poker. We have a little party for thy seed. Him and his team won the championship in his group. 10U, 11U baseball. Go Aces. Thank the one and true God for giving them the ability to listen, perform, persevere, and execute. They did an amazing job. Amazing job. Let us cue this down and let us bring this up so that way we can play some poker for a little bit. Couple hours. We'll do some more Doom tonight because we shall slay the demons at night. That makes more sense to me. Slay the demons at night. I hope you have been. Ooh, my money is low in this game. Very low in this game. I've been getting cooked, as the children would say. Very, very, very cooked. Cooked, as they would say. I must change the title of this, because that is not the right title. Okay, 1 second. Actually, the best part is, this game is kind of slow paced. Now we want to play with at least 5G hands. 5G hands make more sense. That's how you get the big bucks really quickly. Okay. So I hope all is doing well today. See what kind of hand we have today. 10 Queen. I like to also play. I probably spend more time playing poker in Red Dead Redemption than the actual game. Because when I get mad, I can get up and say, hit them with the. I can hit them with the blicky. One of my favorite things to do is just hit them with the blicky. If I'm just like, you know what, you took too much money today, I can just end the game by getting my money back. But in this game, I can't do that. So this is just straight poker. Okay, 10 Queen. 10 Queen. He's a betting 475. We could build a straight. I like our chances. Let's see what happens. If we get a bad card to start off with, 10 Queen, we have pair. We have a pair now. That is good. I can do that. I'm going to check, though. We'll check and see what they do. He raises. Okay, what could he have? I think he's bluffing. Two pair. Okay, we're working on a full house now. We will check back to him, see what he does. This guy. Now we'll put him in the blicky. We'll put him in the blender now. Let's see. Here you go, sir. What will you do now? Thank you. A lot of bluffing on that side. Just like that, we doubled our hand. It's a lot of bluffing on that side. That makes sense. He has 22 G's in his pot. Doesn't make sense. Uh, 9-10, unsuited. I like our chances. Let's see what we get on the flop. I hope all of your weeks have been good. I hope everything that you worked for this week has come true for you. And if it has worked out for you, I want you to give it up. Give glory to God. You should give glory to God. That is something that you should always do. And also, if you did not get what you were looking for this week, give glory to God because He's working on something for you. He is working on something for you. You should understand that. Sometimes there's a couple setbacks or a major comeback. I didn't write it, but I'd love to say it. All right, we have 9, 10, queen. We cannot build a straight. Chances are looking low. Might as well just see what we can do. Everybody's putting up money, so why not get to the final hand? So yes, be thankful. Be thankful for who you are and what you have done in this world. Be thankful. Be thankful. Just for simply waking up in the morning and taking your first breath. You should be thankful. Because you have 24 more hours to just do something. You know what I mean? I won't bet that hand. That does not make sense. Why would we bet that hand? We have nothing. So lately I've been studying the Bible in full depth. I've been going through it pretty vigorously. I have gone through the book of Genesis. The first book I read because I was told to read it by a friend of mine. He told my flesh, because the Pharaoh is the spirit of thy flesh. This is me in my ultimate form. This is me in my most courageous form. This is the person or the being that I would like to present to you because this being right here has the ability to speak to you, reach out to you, and bring you all back up to the one true God. That is the goal. The goal in life is to bring as many people back to God, the one and true God. So the first book that I read, the first two books that I read in its entirety was the book of Samuel. And I spoke on that on a previous video, in a previous stream. Um, Probably was my first, it actually was my first attempt at uh, streaming and just trying to see how this works. I still have not gotten, super great at this, but I'm like, we try, right? The goal is to simply try. That's my screen look like that. It doesn't feel centered. Feels weird. Okay, what do we got? 4-5, 4-5. I like my chances. No, we're not gonna raise. Ooh, that's a big call. I should have looked at what the money was on the table first before I did that, right? Let's see, 1 second, because this just seems odd to me. My screen seems very stretched. Okay. What do we have? 4-5. I like that. Let's keep going. Okay, 1 second, 1 second. I'm trying to move my stuff around. It just doesn't seem centered enough for my liking. Okay, he's throwing big bets. Big bets, big bets. All we need is one to build a straight. Let's go for it. Okay, this is almost even. If that is not the card that I wanted. All right. We're going to see if we can keep him in the game, though. Let's see what he thinks. Let's see what he thinks. He re-raises, eh? We still have a chance to drop in a 4. We need a 4, 5, 6, 7. We need a 8 or 3. 8 or 3 can happen. 8 or 3 can happen. Let's see what we get, guys. 8! That is believing. And by God. Now we'll put him in the blender, for sure. Hit him with the flex. Hit him with the flex. So, the first book that I read in its entirety was the Book of Samuel. That was the first book that I read. Powerful, powerful book that indeed it was. Maybe that is a problem too. Because this wasn't as centered as it can be. Okay. Let's grab this and kind of move it down a bit. How about I put myself down here? Because this is me. Eventually I'll be able to get a very Pharaohic costume, I believe. I believe they do have that. 2.5, it's pretty low. Nah, not for $500, no. Not for 500. Not for 500, no. Okay, so the Book of Samuel, very powerful book. I read both those books with what quite veracity behind it. I was hungry for the knowledge of God. I received a lot of messages through that book. In my Bible study, we spoke on multiple books, in randomized order. Some people may be further than others. Some may be in the, it's just starting out. I was just starting out. I was created in spirit form, or discovered by my flesh and spirit form 2 years ago, but then I reached the ultimate level of depression, and God separated me. He took me to a faraway place that I did not know, but he did send me people that I did know to let me, I guess, understand that he was still there. Because he didn't isolate me completely, but he did isolate me, if that makes sense. But God, lush, good job. But God, he works in very mysterious ways, and if you just trust and believe him, I'm like, amazing things are very possible through him. So then after that, right, I finished the Book of Samuel. I received a lot of signs, and God has spoken to me in different ways. And I continued. Best way to just kind of continue the book is, let's go in chronological order. Let's just start and go. And I've read the book of Genesis in its entirety. I've read the book of Exodus, where the Pharaoh was there. In the book of Genesis, towards the end, when the Pharaoh met Joseph, right? That story is pretty interesting. That story in itself is actually pretty interesting. Okay, 9-7 suited. I like my chances. But that story is, let's talk on that a little bit. Even though I do have a video that does talk about that specifically. So Joseph was the youngest of his family. He had several brothers who did not have their father's favor. And since they did not have, what is this guy doing? 1 second. Should I take his money? 9-7 suited. We have not even seen a card yet. Or should we just let this play out? I'm like, there's no reason to be greedy. We'll talk. So, Joseph had several brothers. He was the youngest of them all. but his brothers was very, 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 very jealous of him because he had a divine connection with God. Let's say. I should want to move something out of frame real quick. I don't want people to look into my personal life as much. I was not aware that that was there. But let's see. So God, he had a divine relationship with God. He really did. Divine relationship, and everyone was jealous of it. And even the father was questioning his ability to talk with God because he he had to, oh, we're supposed to listen to you. You're like the youngest. Why would we listen to the youngest? But okay, whatever. But his father loved him so much that he gave him a very special coat. His coat was pretty. His coat was pretty. It was multifaceted. It had multiple animals, multiple colors in it. So it was pretty unique to Joseph. So you wouldn't know who he was if you know, you know. Okay. So one day they went on a hunt. Let's say they went out, and the brothers conjured up a plan to. They conjured up this plan to kill Joseph, which was kind of wild to understand that your own brothers would kill you. That is wild to me, right? So, one of the brothers, I believe his name was Reuben, Reuben said that, wait a minute, let's not, I'm like, if we kill him, like, well, I'm like, let's get something out of this, right? That's how he felt. So somehow God spoke to him to give him just enough mercy inside of his heart to say, don't kill him, but uh, let's sell him. Let's put a different idea inside of him. Let's sell him. So they see some people walking. Well, first of all, they had him. They made him. They set a trap and they put him inside of a hole of some sort. And they took his coat. 610. We can do something with that. They took his coat and what else did they do to him? So they took the coat. They put him in a hole. They saw some people coming because they were going to leave him to die, basically. And then they decided, you know what, let's sell him. Then they saw some people coming past, and they sold him into slavery to these people. And with the coat, they took his coat and they killed a goat. They put blood all over it so that way they can make it seem as though he died by some type of beast. See, that is the thing, right? The whole thing that they wanted to do was make it look like something that it wasn't. So that's what they did. They made it look like something that it wasn't. So in that moment, right? In that moment, they now Joseph is just going on this random journey, and I think he was a young lad, 13, maybe 15 years old at this time, and he's sold into slavery by his own brothers. Um, he is now in servitude to these people, and he had great respect for the person who bought him, so he helped and helped and helped, and earned his respect as well. But this is where it got kind of interesting and weird. As I believe he was now at this point 18. He's a young man, so he's a strapping young man. Ooh, what do y'all think, guys? Hold on, real quick. Pause the story. We might be able to get suited. This is a big risk of ours. We might be able to get suited. Let's continue forward with the story. So, the wife of the man who has bought him and that he was a slave for or into subservitude to, they or he, his wife, I'm sorry, ooh, that just okay. We're not bad. We're not bad. So we'll check. Check it across the table. Hopefully they check as well. But he was sold, right? This guy. The last time you did this, it did not work out for you. You think he's bluffing again? How much money do you have? Let's entertain this fool. So the wife started to come on to Joseph, and he would always deny her because he was like, sorry, but I'm like, I have great respect for your husband. And she kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. Now we have two pair, guys. Okay, hopefully we can do this. We're gonna check. We're gonna pass it along. If that person raises, we're gonna re-raise. If that person does what they do, well, you just can only go just call. All we can do is a call. Come on, see what you got. Because you have nothing. I know you do. What do you have? Two pair. Oh, she had kings. Lucky. Good hand. Good hand. Changed her faith right here. But anyway, so we lost that hand, guys. We it's pretty sure she would lose. It's pretty sure she would lose. Don't worry, we'll get it on the next hand. So she comes on to him and comes on to him and comes on to him. And he's like, no, chill. I have mad respect for your husband. He has only been nothing but good to me. And then she's like, but I want you and everything about you. And he's like, no. And then she does something very strange. What she does is, ooh, pair of queens. And what she does is she grabs his clothes and then she rips his clothes off and he runs down the street naked. He is running and he is naked. But she told everyone else around him, or what she told her husband when he returned, is that he tried to force himself upon her. Oh. That was pretty messed up, right? That's pretty messed up. So now she's claiming the R word, and he did not do that because him and God have a great relationship, and his belief is so strong that he would not do such a thing. He would not do such a thing. Somebody might have us straight, so this is very dangerous. We might get busted out, guys. I don't know yet. Guys and girls, we might get busted out. But yeah, so somebody is sitting on the 7. I know someone is sitting on the 7. The praise high, I have to vote. Someone is sitting on the 7 right now. And once we check the hands, a straight beats the 3 of a kind if I even land on the 3 of a kind. So again, this would be a lows of hand. Let's just vote. And we can't take the chances. I don't want to get murdered on 2 hands in a row. That last hand was a pretty heavy hitter. That would have gave us 2 pair. Could have did something with that, but go with your first mind. Do not follow the hindsight. Follow what your heart says. So now he's been taken in custody because they're like, hey, you did something really bad to that lady, didn't you? He's like, nah, I didn't. And then they're like, yes, you did, because this is what she said. She has your clothes. And if she has your clothes, why would your clothes be left behind? It's like, I ran away. But I ran away and I did not want to be in that situation. That is why the clothes are thick. But anyway, now he's in jail for a couple of years. And when he's in jail, he actually meets some interesting people. Okay, pair of 5s. We had pair of queens before. I think the 5s are going to do better. Yeah, I think the 5s are going to do better. So we're going to call whatever. We don't care. We're going to call. Let's see. 1 second. While this is going, we'll grab ourselves another glass of some delicious Cabernet. The Pharaoh loves his wine. Pharaoh loves his mighty brews. He likes his cognacs. And we all know the Pharaoh loves a fine cigar. Okay, what do we got here? We have nothing right now. We'll check. Excellent pour, sir. Excellent pour. So, he's now in jail and he meets two interesting people. While he's in jail, he meets I believe it was, we got this person over there gets a, what is your name? Get this person over there likes to just do silly things. Could have a straight throw, because I see an ace 2, 4, could have a 3, 5. I have 5s, all I need is a 3. I built a straight now. So we still have a pair of 5s, which is good. We need a 3. Yeah, we need a 3 to pop up, or another 5, and that would do us very good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to go crazy. We're just going to go all in, because why not? We want to see if we can bluff people out at this point. No one's being bluffed out. We are now inside a big situation. We'll put our rebuy in just in case, so that way we can get it on the next hand. 1 second. We have to, everybody's shoving. Everybody's shoving. We got a lot of shoves going on right now. Hold on. A lot of shoves. Oof. I needed a 3. I have 1 pair of 5s. If these pair of 5s stand, that would be beautiful. Someone has a straight. They could have a 3, 5, but I have 2 of the 5s. All right, wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. King, queen. Straights? Oh, they had straights. King and queens. Ugh. Dang. That one was tough. Show your hands. We busted out. We doubled our hand and then we lost our hand. See? That's the game of poker. A lot of people are sad right now. So let's continue on with the story. So he's in jail. He meets, I believe, the butler, and he meets the baker. Okay? The chief butler and the chief baker. And Joseph had this interesting ability to see dreams. The way he would interpret, it's like he would have them, but he would also be able to interpretate your dream if you told him it. So the baker, all right, 2 jack suited, we like that. So the butler tells him his dream, and the baker tells him his dream. And when he tells the butler his interpretation of the butler's dream, the butler said, he tells him, "Hey, you will be restored in the eyes of the Pharaoh, and you will be okay, and freed, and you'll be back in good graces of the Pharaoh." The baker's like, "Hey, what about me? What about me?" Well, the long and the short of it is that he saw that what his dream represented, that he would not get the favor of the Pharaoh, and that he would be unalived, as you will. He'd be unalived by execution, in a very graphic way, and the animals of the land would feed off of him, because his carcass would be left to. Wow. See, people like that have an interesting luck. She's a wild card right there. She doesn't know that she has this kind of luck. She just does it. But that's a game of poker. Anyway, so yes. By the way, it is a sin to deface the earth. That is said in the book of Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy says, "Hey, if you do this type of unaliving in this manner, you are supposed to take it down, because you are defacing God's earth." You understand what I mean? You're not supposed to leave it there. You're supposed to take it back. But anyway, let's continue to the story at hand. The story at hand, he tells the baker, "Well, Ain't gonna be good, bro. It's not gonna be good. You're not gonna be here. He's not gonna like you, and it's just gonna be bad news bears for you. All right, we're working on a flush. It's gonna be bad news bears for you. So it comes to pass that his his visions were true. So the his visions were true. So the butler was restored, and he was freed and restored and brought back to his original position to the pharaoh. Bingo, bingo, Yahtzee.
Here.
Go ahead. Oh, now you want to bet low? Oh, now you want to bet low. Let's just do let's do a little raise, just a little double raise. See if we can get them to push up the pot just a bit. So the baker, so yes, and then the baker, well, the butler was restored, and the baker was not. He unfortunately was. It came true. It all came true. You know what I mean? That is what happened to the baker.
Yep.
It all came true.
Yeah.
Ooh, somebody wants to play a game. Let's re-raise. We want to get this up as much as we can now. Now we have a sucker. We have a sucker. Mm. Yes, yes. Bring that pot up, sir. Bring the pot up. Because I will go all in. I would go all in on this hand. Hmm. What's going on? Oh, I was like, why would it not let me give me choices? It is a low. It is possible that they have a big hand. I have a flush, but it's possible that they have a bigger flush. That would not be good if that is the case. It could happen though. Yeah, we're all right. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough money to play in the big pot, but I got that part, you know. We have just got ourselves back up, chat. We have just got ourselves back into the card game. Let us continue. Let us continue. So, so now during this story, during these interpretations of visions, during that, okay. Yeah, let's go play. We'll play a hand. We're just calling. Um, he told the chief butler, "Hey, remember me when the time comes. I need you to remember me." And of course, as people do, he did not remember him. And years went by. I believe 2 or 3 or maybe 5 years went by, and Joseph was still in jail. He was still in prison, just there. But every day, he never lost faith in God. He knew God would deliver him. So Joseph has dealt with this since he was from the age possibly 13 to 15. He has done about 3 years of servitude because he was about
Hey.
5 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years of servitude to these people, and then he was put in jail after that. So he went from 18 to possibly 20, possibly 24 years old. He's around these numbers right now. I like my chances with this. We'll check though. I like, we it was very interesting, right? And the Pharaoh himself started to have these strange dreams. The Pharaoh started to have strange dreams. And in his dreams, and I would like to describe these dreams because they were quite specific, they were quite interesting. So the Pharaoh would have these dreams about along the shoreline, there would be these gluttonous, large people. Very large, very fat, very obese because they are living the good life. That's essentially what I believe that means. They are living the good life at this point. And and what happens with that is they are living the good life. Come on, 5 9 5 9. You want a 5 or a 9? You want a 5 or a 9? I'm going to keep it going because this person is going to. We know this person is going to keep it going, so we're going to start it up, and they're going to have to double. They like to throw 2K bets. We're going to start it so it forces them to throw a 4K bet. Yeah, check your cards. Check your cards. Go ahead. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. See that? That is called strategy right there. That person knows what they wanted to do. They were going to throw another 2K bet. But if I beat them to the 2K bet, now they have to throw a 4K bet, and their hands was not strong enough. The Pharaoh. The Pharaoh's smart. The Pharaoh's wise. The Pharaoh is good. And now I am in third place, and that person's in fourth place. See that? They took all my money, and I took it back. Took it back. Okay, so let's see for a second. 50. Okay, we'll just play the normal hand. We'll just call. So back to the story. Along the shorelines, fat gluttonous people, and then out of the water would these very malnourished, just skeleton-like people would walk out of the water, and then they would begin to eat the fat people. Like they didn't eat the food, they ate the people. And then the Pharaoh had this dream multiple times. Multiple times. He would go to sleep night after night. What is this? What is wrong with these people? He would go to sleep night after night. I guess he just wants to get this big hand. This guy came in here to do a one and done play. I hate these kind of players. These players that just like, oh, let me just do this and see what you got. Okay. He had these dreams multiple times, multiple times, multiple times. And he called everyone that he possibly can to, I guess, interpret these dreams. And no one could. He called the mages, the wizards, the magicians, the everyone he can. People tried and tried and tried, and he could not understand the meaning of the dream. This is when the story gets very interesting, because guess what? The chief butler remembers that, hey, wait a minute. When you had me locked up, Mr. Pharaoh, Lord Pharaoh, there was this guy that told me this and that about another, and they both came true. He's in the prison, and if he's still in prison, well, I'm sure he can tell you your dream. Of course, the Pharaoh, in great haste, summons the prisoner, who is Joseph. He summons him. Now, he has the ear of the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh tells him his dream. And Joseph says, he gives him the interpretation of the dream. Isn't that amazing that he had that kind of gift? He had the ability to tell him the dream. That's amazing to me, to have that kind of ability. So, he tells the interpretation of the dream. And his interpretation of the dream is that because there were specific numbers, and I want to say it was 7 and 7. There was 7 fat people and 7 skinny people, right? And the 7 skinny people would eat the fat people. And I may be missing the part because I believe there's another dream that actually changed, and that gives you the second half of what was going to be interpreted. So, in this moment, right? In this moment, he is being told the dream and the meaning of the dream. And the meaning of the dream was that there will be 7 years of famine. Well, there will be 7 years of abundance first, because that was the fat people. the gluttonous people, the ones that had everything. 7 years of abundance. But then there will be 7 years of famine. And that was a representation of the skinny people. Because the interesting part about when this was said, or the story how it was told, is that the skinny people, when they ate the fat people, they never changed in size. Think about that. The skinny people, when they ate the fat people, they never changed in size. I'm like, we are in a dream world, right? We are in a dream world. And if we're in a dream world, why wouldn't it be like a cartoonish type action? Like I'm eating, and my belly gets big, and I now amass them as well. I now have them in my body, so I would be stretched out, but for some odd reason, they never got bigger. They always remained small. Interesting, right? I think that is very interesting. 8-9 suited, ace-9 suited. I like my chances. We're going for the 450 bet. Anyway, so the Pharaoh listens, and there's a word that I love about the Bible. There's this word. The Bible has very, very, very special words. In the King James Version, it has very, very, very special words. And in my opinion, it is a blend between listening, hearing, and absorbing. Like you hear it so much, that is not what we want. Hmm. That's a dead hand. That is not what we wanted. What we wanted was suited stuff. It's not suited. I'm like ace-9 suited. We should have had a couple clubs so that we could build a nasty flush. But 8-9, I'm like that doesn't bridge the gap between the straight. We folded. That's what it is. So that's what would happen, right? That's what would happen if this was a cartoon. If this was if this exactly was hey, skinny people eat fat people, they'll stretch out. But in a dream, they would never get bigger. So that's what Joseph explained to the Pharaoh, is that this is 7 years of abundance and 7 years of famine. See that? I was missing a what? A 10. I knew that was going to happen because I was like, I cannot bridge the gap. Ooh, that person has a 10 though.
Yeah.
Random. Couldn't get the straight, but somebody got the 3 of a kind. Nice hand. Nice hand. We should clap for that person. We should give them a praise. Give them a praise. So the word that I'm speaking on when it comes to you hearing, you listen, and you feel it in your heart is the word hearken. In the Bible, it says to hearken onto something. And I really believe that means that you not only hear it, not only one, you listen, not only 2, that you heard, but 3, you felt it in your heart. You felt it in your heart. And that is what the Pharaoh felt. Now we have to fold because King 8 unsuited just doesn't make sense. I can't. It's a stretch. It's a stretch of cards. I don't like it. I just don't like it. So he hearkened on his words, and he told him, you basically eventually Joseph becomes the governor of Egypt because of the information that the Pharaoh received. Because he was so impressed by his interpretation, and the first half of the dream actually came true. And he said, hey, look, hey, guess what? Check this out. He said, hey, look, what happens is, he said, wait a minute. The first half of the dream actually came true. So he makes Joseph the governor of Egypt because he says, hey, Joseph, what I need you to do is I need you to prepare us for the second half. You have to prepare us for the second half of what is going to happen. What is going to happen? Yes, I am gambling. You know it. And this is poker. We are gambling. We are gambling today, and welcome. I love to see you here. So glad you just pop up like a Pop Tart. You just pop up like a Pop Tart.
Yep.
So special. But anyway, so Joseph's job now is to prepare for the famine. And he is doing his thing, man. He is doing his thing. He said, "Hey, we're gonna get corn. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get that. We're gonna stock up the crops. We're gonna do everything we got to do." And this is the year of abundance. The first 7 years of abundance, he makes sure they are abundant, and he makes sure he protects what they have built. He makes sure he protects what they have built. And guess what happens after that? We're in the 7th year now. Now the tables are about to slowly turn. And when the tables turn, it's not so good. It's exactly what he saw. Check. We're going to check on that. There's 2 sevens, queen ace. We can't build a straight on this. Check. We don't want to put any money on this one. So, it was so close. It was so close. We had the 10. We didn't have a jack. Could have had a beautiful straight. Could have a beautiful straight. But this is not it. And I am not in the position of bluffing because someone has that. Someone has that flush. Yeah. Fold. Fold. The pot is not large enough to gamble anyway. I'll show you my hand. I don't care. Look. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. I have nothing. But yes. So Joseph is preparing everything, right? He prepares the storefronts and the storage and the pantries and all these great things. And the most interesting part about this story, now we're in the years of the famine. We are in the years of the famine. And I'm talking about everybody who is close to Egypt. If you are a neighbor of Egypt, you are feeling the famine. You're like, wait a minute. We don't have enough. So let us return back to Joseph's family, his actual family. The ones, his brothers and his father. See, his father was in so much pain. His father was in so much pain because the brothers told their father that Joseph was consumed by a beast and was eaten. And he is dead in the he could not believe it. He was in such sorrow. He was in depression. All the time that Joseph was actually alive, he was in depression. He was in grief the entire time. The entire time. He is like, my son is dead, my favorite, my one truth. My son is dead. My son is dead. And I do not wish to live. But somehow he lived. He lived on. He lived on. And it makes so much sense now. So, take a little sip real quick. So, we flash back to their family, right? They are now inside of the family. They're in the famine now. They are in the famine. Joseph's father is like, hey guys, we gotta do something about this because we ain't got nothing. Nobody got nothing. We can't buy. Money cannot buy anything, and the crops will not grow. They do not know that they are in the famine years. They do not know that they are in the famine years. Only one who knows is Joseph, who has prepared a pantry full of such food, such as corn and grains and wheat and all these things that you're going to need. So Joseph's father hears that, hey, down in Egypt, they got a lot of food over there. They selling food. We got money. We got money. At least we got money. At least we got money. And if we got money, we can buy what we need. He sends his sons. I want to say he sends two of the sons. I think it's two of the sons. He sends them down to Egypt to purchase food. They go down to Egypt. They do their pilgrimage back down, well, down to Egypt. And now this is the interesting part about this. The Egyptians and the Hebrew do not get along. The Egyptians and the Hebrews do not get along. They do not. They do not get along. Oof. I'm going to have to cut the story short here, though, because soon I will have to leave because Thy Seed has a baseball championship party. Thy Seed has won championship with his fellows and his team. It was the most amazing moment of his life, also my flesh's life. Remember, I am the spirit, and thy flesh is where I came from. So my flesh has to go. It has to go to this party. We have to celebrate what we have done, the achievements the kids have executed. They have done us. When I say give them attaboys, you must give them attaboys. 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds and their baseball team, they played one of the best games of baseball I have ever seen as a coach in my flesh form. I have a special shirt that I wore for them. I will wear that shirt for them. And every time I wore that shirt, they would win. And when I didn't wear that shirt, they would lose. And as I told thy seed, as I told thy seed, it's only crazy if it doesn't work. It is only crazy if it doesn't work. So why are we asking these kinds of questions, thy seed? I have to make a note, right? I have to make a note where we at. Let me make a note where we are because I want to finish this story for you. We were at when. All right, what do we got? Jack. We got Jack 7742. This is not good hands. We'll take a free check. Okay. We were at where the brothers travel to Egypt to buy food. So I don't want to forget that part because, and again, I have told this story. I've actually told this story on my YouTube, but I think this might be the best format that I have ever. This feels good. This format right here feels good. Gambling, playing cards, game of chances, sipping wine or brew. Mm. You like my shirt? You like my shirt? I was only 4 years old when this game came out. In my flesh. My flesh in this life was only 4 years old. Would you believe that? Oh, poppycock. Look at this guy. He's gotten a two pair. He had a 10. I had a 2. I had a 2 pair as well. His 2 pair was bigger than mine. Ha! What she said. Wow, that is actually a very good joke. Whoa. Any questions from the chat? Any questions from you? Ooh, pair of fours. What do you think about that? Because I only have about time. I have enough time for about a few more hands. We have to leave at least by 2 p.m. to make it to said home. What is this? All right, you know what? We're doing it. You want to do it? We're gonna do it. Pair fours. Pair fours. Now we're gambling. Now we're gambling. Now we're gambling. Gamble. Oh, fours and sixes. Fours and sixes. Come on. We're gambling. We're gambling. We're gambling. Four. We got a four. We got a four of a kind. We got three of a kind. We got a three of a kind. Oh, what we got? Put another four. Put another four. Give me another four. Ooh. Full house, and that is how you close this stream. That is how you close the story of Joseph going to Egypt to see the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh himself believes his visions and makes him the governor. This is how. Oh yes, everyone off the table. Everybody off the table. We run up to 30 racks today. We were at 14 racks, and now we have an extra 30 to put in our purses. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. And we are out. Yep. 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 Look at that. There's no one at the table. There's no one at the table. There was no one at the table. No one at the table. Did you not see what I just did? Did you not just see what I just did? We shall continue this. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, because tonight we have to play Doom. We have to continue to kill demons. We must do the Lord's work and run around in virtual form and kill the demons. Let's see if there's... I need to see what type of... Hold on real quick. I would love to see if they had a pharaohic headdress. I'm like, why would I not? Why would they not give me a pharaoh headdress? Yeah, see? I didn't get enough. They haven't given me any cases. Bundles. It's a weird bundle. Okay, whatever. Boost, table items. I must change my table item back to a fine cigar, because I know I do have that. There it is. Oh, that's an e-cigarette. Brown and harsh. What is that? There it is. Buy price 60 grand. Jeez Louise. I gotta do this one first then. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. Whoop. And yep. Yeah, I'll refill it. Who cares? Persona. Character. The rap sheet. We should look at these names and find a real name that we like. I'm like, what I want to see. You know what I want to see. Huh, the plumber. No, I was a joke. I would like to see the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh is what I would like to see. Okay. Well, this concludes the stream today. This concludes today's video. We learned a lot. I will continue the story of Joseph. Not tonight, because tonight is for Doom. We're going to stream Doom tonight, the new Doom Dark Ages. We'll stream that tonight. We were streaming last night. We played about a good 2 to 3 hours. So we're going to continue that tonight. Have a mighty, mighty fine time. And please, 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 please Give God all the glory, the one and true God.